Dear Fighter, you don't know me yet, but I know you. Intimately, painfully, beautifully. I am you, just a little further down the road. And I'm writing this with trembling hands. Not because I've forgotten what it felt like, but because I remember too well. I remember the night your heart cracked silently behind a forced smile. The way you held back tears in front of people who didn't see the storm inside you. I remember the ache that had no words, just weight. Crushing, unseen, constant. You woke up with hope and went to bed with questions. You gave love and received silence. You tried, again and again. And still it felt like life kept closing doors that were never meant to open for you. And in that moment you asked the hardest question. Should I keep going? You wanted a sign, a miracle, a rescue. But what you got was another hard day, and yet somehow you didn't walk away. You didn't fold. You whispered to yourself, one more breath, one more try. And that whisper, it echoed across time. I felt it, because that whisper saved us both. I know you can't see it now, but every moment you chose not to give up was a seed. Every lonely step you took was a page in the story that one day someone else would cling to when they're drowning. You are not weak. You are not broken. You are a warrior with invisible wounds, still walking, still breathing, still believing. And that is what changed everything. Today I have what you're praying for. Not all of it, but enough to say it was worth it. You kept going, and because of that, doors opened. The same world that looked away started to look up to you. The same voice that once trembled became the voice others turn to when they need strength. You didn't get here by luck. You got here by grace. You earned this future with sleepless nights and stubborn hope. So let me say this clearly. Thank you for not giving up on me, for not giving up on us, for not letting the pain be the end of your story. You thought your best days were behind you, but you were wrong. They're still ahead, and they are more beautiful than you dare to imagine. So when the night feels too long, when the weight feels too much, and the world feels too loud, close your eyes, put your hand on your heart, and hear me whisper, don't quit. Not now, not like this. You are becoming someone you'll be proud of, and one day you'll look back and understand why the fire had to come. It was never to burn you, it was to refine you, with everything you've fought for, with all the light still ahead, the you that made. That name might not feel real to you right now. It may sound like a stranger, too far, too impossible, too much to hope for. But let me paint you a picture, because I am real. I am living the very days you're dreaming of, and I owe every breath, every joy, every peace I now have to you. You who refused to stay down, you who stood back up when no one clapped, you who kept showing up even when it felt like nobody cared, you who cried in silence but still chose to love, to forgive, to try, to believe. That was the moment everything changed. I know you're surrounded by questions. You're haunted by what ifs, burdened by the pressure to be okay when inside you're breaking piece by piece. But I need you to know this. You're not falling apart. You're being rebuilt, better, stronger, wiser. And one day you will thank the pain, not because it was fair, not because you deserved it, but because it taught you what strength really is. It shaped the soul you're becoming, the voice that shakes the world quietly, the heart that holds others even while healing itself. I remember it started to change. It wasn't loud, it wasn't cinematic, there was no audience, just you, choosing to stay when walking away felt easier. It was the tiniest act of courage, a breath, a decision, a whisper, I'll keep going. And from that whisper you built a life not free of storms but one that dances in the rain. A life not without pain but full of purpose. You've become someone who turns scars into stories, loss into legacy, loneliness into light. Let me tell you what the you that made it looks like. You wake up without dread, not because everything is perfect, but because now you know you can survive anything. You walk into rooms with peace in your chest, knowing you don't have to prove yourself anymore. You look in the mirror and say, I didn't quit on you. And look what we built. Your laugh is deeper now. Your rest is sweeter. Your dreams, they're no longer distant. They're daily. And best of all, you get to reach back and pull others out of the fire because you've been there and you came. So if today feels heavy, if you're walking through darkness, if you feel unseen, unheard, unsure, please hear me. You are closer than you think, closer to healing, closer to purpose, closer to becoming the version of you who finally says, I made it. And when you get here, when your tears turn to testimonies, you'll remember this letter. and you'll understand why quitting was never an option. Because this future, this freedom, this fire inside you, it was always waiting. With every ounce of gratitude and love, the you that made it.